everyone, my name is Joyce. I am a student advisor for JS Study Solutions, an education consultancy company based in Finland, where we offer free education counseling services. So today, welcome to our first live discovery series, where we will talk about IELTS in general. So many of you have heard about IELTS, maybe when you come across it when you're applying for universities or when you want to apply to study overseas. So today we are very happy to have with us Ms. Suprana Gupta, a very experienced instructor in IELTS who has taught IELTS for many years, taught many students at our center as well on how to master the test and get good results. So without further ado, I would like to pass this time to Ms. Su to share with us her presentation.
Good evening to all. Today's talk on getting to know IELTS will benefit the aspiring candidates who are planning to take this exam. The three pertinent points that I will cover today are the purpose, format, and tips to ace the International English Language Testing System. Let me begin. Let me begin with the purpose of taking IELTS. This is a world-recognized English proficiency test. If you want to further your studies abroad, especially in an English-speaking country, you need to take this test. Those candidates who want to study locally in a British, Australian, American, or any other branch university that requires IELTS, you have to sit for this English proficiency test. If you are planning to migrate to those countries that need your IELTS score, you have to take this test as well. Knowing the format of IELTS examination is most important. You'll be given 4 components to answer, and all the 4 components will be graded separately. The highest band is band 9. The 4 components are namely listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The first component for IELTS is listening. It will have 4 sections and an approximate of 25 minutes will be given to answer this section, and later 10 minutes will be given to transfer your answers into your answer scripts. For the reading component, you have to read 3 passages and answer 40 questions, and a total of 60 minutes will be given to complete this component. You'll find a lot of sample questions on listening in YouTube and also on the internet. But let me show you some sample questions on reading. You will get these kind of questions, which are yes, no, and not given kinds of answers, which you have to understand and answer accordingly. Here are a few more samples of the reading section. You'll have multiple choice questions. You will have yes, no, not given, as I showed a slide previously. You will also have fill up the blanks. Also, you have to find the suitable title for different paragraphs that will be given. Writing section is by far the most challenging part of the IELTS examination. You have to answer 2 tasks here. Task 1 will be for 20 minutes to complete a report of 150 words. For task 2, 40 minutes will be given to complete an essay of 250 words. For the speaking component, you'll have to answer 3 sections. It will take about 11 to 40 minutes to complete. Here I have enclosed some sample questions for writing, task 1 and task 2. You can look at it and have an idea of what kind of questions are expected for your writing component. Exam tips are something that every candidate look for before sitting for an examination. Here I will give you some important tips to answer the IELTS examination. The main tip for listening is practice active listening, as the recording is played only once. You must also know the format for each sections. The first 2 sections are on information transfer and describing things. and the other two are academic discussions and academic lectures. You also should be familiar with various accents, listen to native speakers, news broadcasted by BBC and CNN. For the reading section, please practice past year IELTS questions and try to understand the format. Do a lot of vocabulary practice and read the questions before doing the test. For the writing component, task 1 is easier to score. You must know the format of report writing on graph, charts, diagrams, and processes. For task 2, you should be familiar with argumentative discursive essays. You should master and practice vocabulary and basic grammar every day. For the speaking component, you have 3 parts to answer. For part 1, you will have to prepare probable questions and answers about things around you and yourself. For part 2, you have to be creative in answering, use good imagination skills, and do not memorize the answers. For part 3, you have to have knowledge and analytical skills while answering the questions. Please think out of the box when you attempt the speaking examination. We at JS Study Solutions conduct IELTS preparatory classes that are personalized and small in size. Past year question papers are practiced extensively with lots of tips that becomes handy to score well. Our tried and tested methodology has given our students their desired band. The trainer has an experience of 15 years of preparing students for IELTS. And most importantly, the tuition fees are nominal. I'm sure many of you all have benefited from this talk and hope to see you at our center soon. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sue, for your presentation. I hope all of you find this presentation very useful and that you have gained a new understanding on IELTS, on its purpose, on its format, and also the tips on how to score well for IELTS. If you have any questions about this test or our company in general, you can comment below. We'll be in touch with you very soon. You can also like our Facebook and Instagram page to know the latest information of our company. So thank you so much for your time tonight. We hope you really enjoyed this session. Have a good night, and we hope to see you very soon in our next Discovery Series live video. Take care, stay safe, bye.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Shell.
We are the founders of JS Study Solutions. Yeah, we started in Seremban 4 years ago because we realized there was a market need. With the many years of experiences that I have gotten working in various institutions all over Malaysia or even from another country, it has given me the experiences that I've accumulated in helping students to give them the best advice pertaining to their education needs. You know, over the years, we have seen many students struggle because they couldn't determine, they couldn't know what options they could obtain in the marketplace. And we, providing the free services to them. But we have helped many students. We have actually assisted many parents as well, you know, in applying to various universities, both in Malaysia and abroad, in countries like Ireland, Korea, Australia, UK. You know, even now we have students applying for Spain, Europe.
Hello, welcome to JS Study Solutions. This is my counseling division.
This is the expansion part of our office, and you are coming into our student center. Obviously, student advisory is what we do primarily. But more than that, we actually have the passion to provide a very good place for students to come here to use our space for free. Let me show you what we have here. This is our lounge, and this is where the students will hang around, and this is where they could actually just come and relax, mingle around, and just be like home. where students will come here, they can use our space, do revision, do discussion. All the things that we are doing in helping students to improve their English is actually to provide an English language proficiency course.
So now you know what we do, and we at JS Study Solutions will always strive to do our best for our clients and our institutions partners, especially our students, because they will always be our priorities. So like our Facebook to check out our updates regularly, follow us on our Instagram, and remember to check out our website. You will find more information after this.